The story begins as we meet a girl named Alicia, who arrives at the capital, searching for the Royal Academy. Along the way, she encounters an old lady, who reveals that she feels sick, so Alicia goes to the lady's house, and uses light magic to cure her. She immediately starts to feel better, and her daughter thanks Alicia, but she reveals that it took a long time to finish her spell, because she's still at level 1. The lady's daughter realizes that she's a first-year student, so she tells Alicia to hurry, because the Royal Academy's gate will close at exactly 6 a.m. So Alicia rushes to the academy, but the bell rings, and a boy named Oswald closes the gate before she could enter. He tells her that he's just following the rules, and we learn that he's also a freshman, saying he's been helping with the weekly duties to become accustomed to the academy. He advises her to look for a place to spend the night, but she knows that the entrance ceremony is tomorrow, so she wants to enter the dorm. She adds that she's broke, and he reveals that he heard of her, saying she's the only commoner admitted to the academy this year. He tells her that he feels sorry for her, but he can't let her enter the gate, because he needs to follow the rules of the academy. But he mentions that a part of the wall is crumbling, telling her that students who broke the curfew have been using it to enter. She wonders who he is, so he introduces himself, telling her that he's the son of a minister, and she tells him that he's a great person, saying she wants to be his friend. She sees the broken part of the wall, and she meets a boy named William, who realizes that she also broke the curfew. So he helps her up, and they sneak into the academy, as he reveals that he's also a freshman. He explains that he was ordered to buy drinks for his seniors, saying it's a ritual for new kids entering the dorm. He tells her to watch her step, helping her walk on the roof, and he mentions that his father is a general. She realizes that the academy is full of rich people, and he reminds her to be careful, but he ends up falling into a window. She tries to help him, but she ends up falling with him, and she crashes into a boy who is revealed to be William's friend. He introduces himself as Edwin, revealing that he's the prince of a kingdom, and Alicia is surprised to hear this. Alicia and William report to the principal, who reprimands them, telling them that they've caused a commotion before the entrance ceremony. William blames Alicia, saying he became distracted because she was talking to him, but the principal interrupts him, telling him that his drinks are going to be confiscated. The principal tells Alicia that she has a rare talent for light magic, and this is why she was admitted to the academy on a scholarship, despite her commoner background. He tells them that they will be given extra duties for a week as punishment, ordering them to work together, and they leave the office. But we learn that he's actually happy to see Alicia, thinking she's the only one who can defeat the demon lord. That evening, she thinks about how she messed up on her first day, and she hears a commotion. She looks outside, and she sees the guards looking for an intruder. She thinks that criminals are targeting the academy because it's full of rich students, but she thinks that she's safe because she's just a commoner. But at that moment, a man enters her room, so she attacks him, thinking he's the intruder. But he tells her to be quiet, as he shows his face, revealing that he's Edwin. He explains that he wanted to investigate something, but he ended up alerting the guards, and he realizes that they are still searching for him, so he asks Alicia if he can stay in her room. She agrees to his request, and he apologizes for diving into her room. She explains that it's okay, saying she never talked to a member of the royal family before, and he tells her that he's always been surrounded by nobles, so he never had a chance to interact with a commoner. He asks her if all commoners are violent, but she explains that she attacked him because he looked like a robber. They enjoy their time together, but he decides to leave, thinking the guards are gone, and she tells him to be careful, promising not to tell anyone about what happened. The next day, the new students are ordered to enter the hall as part of the opening ceremony. Alicia sees Edwin, and she smiles at him, but she bumps into a girl named Yumila, who glares at her, causing her to become intimidated. Yumila wonders what's wrong with her, but she says that she's okay, and she goes to her seat. The officials welcome the freshmen to the academy, but we cut to Alicia and the boys as they fight against Yumila, struggling against her dark magic. She launches magical projectiles, but Oswald summons a fireball, which overpowers her magic and creates an opening for Alicia. She uses her ultimate spell, lighting up the room and releasing a beam of light. Yumila is ultimately defeated, and Edwin hugs Alicia. But we learn that it was all just a game, as a girl celebrates her victory. The game is called Light and Hero, and there are 3 love interests in the game. The player can deepen Alicia's relationship with them, and the goal is to make her level up so that she can defeat the Demon Lord. But after the Demon Lord is defeated, Yumela appears as the hidden boss, and she's the strongest character in the game. We learn that the girl was killed by Truck Kun, and she reincarnated into the game, but she ended up in Yumela's body instead of becoming Alicia. She knows how the story is going to play out, and she notes that the kingdom was founded by the hero who defeated the Demon Lord. But the Demon Lord had black hair, so the people thought that it's a symbol of evil. She has no memory of her parents, and her servants are cautious around her because they think she's evil. She knows that her character is overpowered because Alicia's party can't defeat her unless they reach the max level. But she knows that she's going to get defeated in the end, so she begins to question her existence. But she remembers that she's the strongest character in the game, and she can use dark magic, which only the enemy characters can use. So she decides to enjoy her life, thinking she doesn't need to follow the story, as she reveals that she doesn't care about the love interests. She plans to do her best not to get involved, thinking she will be able to live a peaceful life if she stays away from Alicia's party, because they will have no reason to kill her after they defeat the Demon Lord. But she still thinks about raising her level, so she heads to the woods, where she kills a slime. It drops a magic stone, which she can sell for money, but she realizes that her body is getting stronger. So she becomes addicted to the feeling, and she ends up killing all of the monsters. She sells the magic stones, allowing her to earn money, and she uses it to buy an amulet of growth, which allows her to level up faster. She enters a dungeon, which is filled with monsters, but she manages to clear it on her own. She eventually acquires the monster calling flute, using it to summon powerful monsters, but they're all no match for her. After some time, Yumela enters the Royal Academy, where she reads a message from her parents, telling her to find noblemen, because she needs to marry one of them to become her parents' heir. She heads to the gate, where she sees Alicia begging Oswald to let her enter, realizing that the events in the game are playing out as expected. She decides to avoid them, and the next day, the entrance ceremony begins, but she notes that everyone is staring at her, thinking it must be because of her black hair. The official reveals that the students' levels are about to be assessed, as they bring out a crystal ball, and Yumela is surprised to hear this. Alicia touches the ball, revealing that she's still at level 1, and the principal tells her to do her best. Everyone is impressed that William is already at level 10, thinking it's high for a freshman. But Yumela becomes nervous because she doesn't know her level, and she wants to keep a low profile. She thinks about the boss she defeated, thinking she's definitely above level 10.